Adorable allies and glorious guns. Here are all the reasons to be excited for Far Cry 6. We're counting down the weeks rather than months now as we look forward to Far Cry 6. The latest installment of the incredible series is coming to PC on October 7th through Ubisoft and the Epic Games Store. Set on the fictional island of Yara, it's a tropical adventure to take down a new iconic villain. Antón Castillo, played by Giancarlo Esposito, who we know already has an excellent villainous touch. There are tons of things we love from previous Far Cry installments returning, as well as all new features, so we thought we'd go through everything we're looking forward to ahead of release. Before we become Dani though, make sure to subscribe to Logitech G for all the latest news from us. Okay, let's go meet Chorizo. And some other stuff, I guess. Far Cry has always been about memorable characters, but they're not usually the protagonist.
Okay.
And that's fine. Far Cry has been concentrating on immersive, exciting gameplay, so a distinct protagonist isn't always needed. However, that's set to change as we meet Dani Rojas. They're the heart of the game. They set up the entire story. Dani has a mission, has emotions, has a life we're already invested in. They might have been part of Castillo's military at one point, but we meet them trying to flee the island before being stopped by Antón himself. This means there's a very personal stake in everything Dani does. In another deviation from the norm, they're a local to this island, giving them even more of a reason to fix what's wrong. Plus, instead of survival in a hostile environment, it's the corrupt society we're trying to get through. If that all wasn't enough, we also have a full voice performance for both male and female Danis, as well as third-person perspectives to really bring the character to life as a living, breathing person. The best things may come in small packages, but not when it comes to places to explore in Far Cry. 6 is going to have the biggest map yet, so even more hours of fighting off wildlife and soaking up the atmosphere between missions. The developers have talked about creating a world that really feels like a country, so we know there's going to be tons to take in. They also describe in a Game Reactor interview having the player be able to explore the open world and find interesting things, find information, and really scout the world out for themselves as they're exploring. This suggests a map that's alive and bursting with things to discover, so we can't wait to get out there and find it all. In terms of trailers, we have lush jungles to explore across the island, stretches of beach along the coasts, and towns dotted throughout. The star of the show though seems to be Esperanza. The massive city is home to Antón Castillo and the first foray in urban environments for the series. In a Reddit post from the devs, they describe creating claustrophobic street-level gameplay, which will feel very different from the open outposts we're used to. Plus, this is a country frozen in time, so we'll be tackling it with older tech, vintage cars, and a lot of DIY by the looks of it. Not that we're complaining, driving around in a Chevrolet isn't going to be too bad. One of the things that crops up most in the interviews with the devs, such as the Game Reactor chat, is the Emergent gameplay and how it feels like the world is running by itself. Dani may be our protagonist, but they're not the center of the universe. The place is living and breathing, whether they interact with it or not. We've seen from trailers, as you wander around, Castillo's army will be interacting with people, sometimes simply asking questions, but other times it may be more hostile. As Dani, you can get involved and stop them, perhaps getting some extra info from those who help.
Hola.
Or you can holster your gun, a new mechanic we're excited for, and walk on by to focus on your mission, not attracting attention to Dani. It looks like there are loads of ways of approaching every situation, something Far Cry has always been great at, but 6 is taking it to the next level. We'll touch later on the Amigos, weapons and backpacks, but they will all play a crucial part in how you handle each situation, so you can customize your gear to match your approach. Something we know less about but have seen glimpses of in trailers are bribing officials, sabotaging tech, sneaking through the streets, or, Old Faithful, going in guns blazing. Did someone say guns? Because oh, has Far Cry 6 got guns for you. So far, we have 49 confirmed. Machine guns, sniper rifles, shotguns, all your usual shooty suspects look to be making an appearance. But something we're really looking forward to is the customization aspect. We can add silencers, stabilizers, change bullet types. DIY and making do with what we have is at the heart of Far Cry 6's guerrilla tactics. So it makes sense that tweaking our weapons is part of that. However, we can also get a little more creative with the resolver stuff. This is the idea of becoming a one-person army that the devs mentioned in reference to everything Dani does. And with some of those weapon creations in our hands, we feel pretty confident we can take down a whole regime. Miniguns powered by motorbike engines, car batteries and bicycle grips creating deadly guns, and the iconic CD launcher that is definitely going to be our weapon of choice. But it doesn't end there. The guerrillas are using everything at their disposal to make a difference, and there's no point wasting precious backpack space on some snacks and your Switch. These Supremos are powerful but limited resources such as flamethrowers, missile launchers, boosts to healing, everything we didn't know we wanted, but definitely do now. Amigos. Companions, even those of the fluffy persuasion, aren't new to the Far Cry series, but from what we've seen of 6 so far, they're the most exciting yet. Amigos are animal friends you bring along to help your cause, each with different talents. So far we've met Guapo, the moderately tame crocodile who can eat your enemies on your whistle, lending a valuable tooth in tough fights, and also allows scritches if you're very careful. Then, of course, we have the beloved Chorizo, the adorable dachshund who can distract people while you go in for the kill, which is fair enough. We'd lose all sense and pet him too if we had the chance. He also carries around some tools and odd things, so we wonder if those will be helpful supplies. There also appears to be a spike-collared rooster who is adorably deadly, as well as a hint on the image from the Far Cry's Vice Pack, a set of skins that features Champagne the White Panther. Maybe there'll also be a Fang for hire, although they haven't featured in any trailers or interviews, so we're still uncertain for now. Most importantly though, you can pet them all, although be careful of losing a few fingers if you catch a spot Guapo doesn't like.
Good grok.
It's been confirmed, Far Cry 6 will have co-op. Much like 5, we'll be able to play the whole thing alone or with a friend. We're not quite sure what this will look like yet, as there haven't been any trailers with the feature, but we're keen to go to Yara with someone by our side. So whether you're taking down Antón Castillo or snuggling Chorizo, you won't be alone. Then of course we have the trippy trailer for the Far Cry 6 Season Pass. In it, we find out we can play as one of 3 iconic villains, Vass, Pagan, and Joseph. We doubt they'll be replacing Dani, but from the Ubisoft listing, it looks like there are 3 story expansions. That means we'll get to put on our villainous hats, or sunglasses, and terrorize something.
You are beyond salvation.
So those are the reasons to start warming up your trigger finger on your super light mouse come October. We can't wait to head to Yara. What are you most looking forward to? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for our latest Logitech G videos and updates. If you do already subscribe, thank you. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss when another video lands. We'll just go back to staring at our calendar now. Come on, October.